What's up, everyone, and welcome to Will It Chug, the video series where I try a piece of gear and I see how fast I can make it chug. I have not made a video like this for like 7 or 8 months. It's been like fucking 8 months almost since my last Will It Chug video. It's because I haven't been able to sit like a normal person. But now I've had a back surgery and I'm back. I finally have a chance to try out the new Boss Katana Generation 3, a classic on the Will It Chug series. I did the Katana Air, the Katana Banana, the Katana whatever, and you know, all those amplifiers on Will It Chug. And as the last YouTuber in line, I finally get to try it out. This amplifier was sent to me for free, but it's getting shipped back after the demo has been done. I'm not getting paid to make a demo. I make a demo because I want to know, will it chug? So this Boss Katana Generation 3 has a lot of upgrades in it, even though it looks basically the same like the Generation 2 or Mark 2. But the name going from Mark 2 to Generation 3 indicates that they made a lot of different updates to this thing. And obviously the most important part for me and you and your friends and your grandfather is that the amplifier has been completely revoiced and remodeled. If we take a look at the top right here, you have all these brown lead crunch pushed clean pushed brown. Oh, wonder if there was a pushed brown. We all know what that means. Then there's a variation button right there for every single amplifier model. You have gain, volume, bass, middle, treble, contour, which is something you can decide for yourself what it's supposed to do. But I guess it's sort of like a mid control in this case. But all of that can be handled through an app, okay? And shit like that. You have the effects, booster, mod, FX delay, reverb, and these are double knobs right now. So before these knobs were kind of like, you know, it was one boost up to this point, then there was another boost and so on. But now you have buttons and 2 different knobs in one. Presence, master volume, solo, which is just an added solo button. Then you have power control, cab, resonance switch at the front right there. There's a lot more upgrades and features that I can talk about, but we all want to know, will it chug? Let's go. All right, gain, volume, master. Okay, it was on and I turned it off. Okay. Ah, there it is. Oh, it's because I twisted. Okay. All right, that's the clean. Then we have pushed. I mean, we're going for the chug. Let's go brown immediately. That is a chug right there. And how do you do that? Well, that's by adding a boost. So let's do that. We have a red boost happening right now. That's a lot of gain right there. Holy shit. Obviously, I knew beforehand that this would chug. I was just very interested in hearing the new amplifier voicings and whatever they reworked with this thing. So, we're currently on brown. Let's click the variation thing and see what that does. Okay, now we're talking. Dude, hello. Dude, that's pretty chuggy, man. That was the brown channel. And for the brown channel, I actually like the variation. It gave it a little bit of extra edge. Okay, let's do lead. Oh, that hurts, man, that hurts. All right, very cool. It's your own fucking porn movie maker right there. No, it's an Ottawa. That's pretty cool. Octaver. All right, we have the crunch. Pretty cool. I really like the variation button right there because it's adding a little bit more edge to the metal tones, at least. Not so sure if it's good for the clean tones. So just a general thought right here. In the past 5 years or so, I think Boss Katana has been the most sold amplifier out of all amplifier brands. It's incredible how many they've sold compared to the other brands. So I think one question from previous Katana owners would be like, okay, is it worth upgrading to Generation 3 if I already have a Mark II or a 1 Katana? I'm going to be completely honest, if you already have a Katana, you should probably just stick with that Katana. This is a great upgrade to the Katana series, and I do enjoy the variations and all that in here, much more than the previous Katanas. But if I personally was at the point where I had a Boss Katana Mark II, for instance, I would probably not upgrade to this. However, if you don't have a Katana already, the latest one would make the most sense, right? Also, something I thought was a little bit weird is that there is an additional Bluetooth connector thingy to this thing that you have to purchase separately to be able to control the Katana with your phone. Or if you want to play music from your phone to your Katana, you have to buy a small little Bluetooth adapter that you attach at the back of the amplifier, which I thought was a little bit backwards. All smart amplifiers today have somewhat of a Bluetooth connection to it, so you can control it with an app and stuff like that. I'm not sure why that was the decision that was made with this amplifier. Would that make the cost go up way more? I just have a hard time seeing that. And I think this amplifier, this is the Boss Katana 100, by the way, is $500 or €500, which I think for what you get with this thing, I mean, you get basically everything covered when it comes to effects and different amp tones, I would say. I think it's worth it. Enough embarrassment. Then you also have the power control. I'm right now at max, which is 100 watt class AB. Let's do the half. 1.5 watts, okay. To be honest, that actually sounds very good. So one of the things that I think that Boss are doing really, really well is to make basically a solid state modeler, which is basically what this is, but they make it sound and feel very tube-like. Unlike a lot of the other different models out there, there's always something about modelers and modeling amplifiers that just sounds a little too good sometimes. The Boss Katana kind of reacts more like a real amplifier, and I really like that, I'm a fan of being able to set everything up on the actual unit itself, other than using... I'm so sick and tired of apps now. Obviously, with the app, and if you connect this to a computer, you can, dial in way more things on this thing. You can dial in what the contour is doing, and how everything, is affected. You can set up noise gates and shit like signal paths, everything with the app, which is insane. But sometimes you just want to sit down and fucking play an amplifier. I don't want to register my amplifier and use an app. I just want to play it. And that's why I like the Katana. You don't actually have to use the app if you want. So there you go. That's the Boss Katana Generation 3 for metal right there. Obviously, this amplifier can do so much more, but it's just better if you go check out the other demos out there. They're just way more in-depth. In this series, I'm just so happy to see if I can make it chug or not. For a beginner that just wants to be able to do it all, I think this is a great option right here. If you just want to, have something in your living room and play around with, you can get that push from a real, feeling of having a real amplifier. Anyways, guys, that was my Will Chug of the Boss Katana Generation 3 for you right there. If you like my video, consider subscribing to my channel, and maybe I'll see you next time. How about that? Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.